So I'm here right now with Stephanie Ashcroft. Stephanie is the co-owner of Fruity Llama. So Stephanie, I've got to ask you, Fruity Llama, first of all, where did the name come from? And secondly, what's it all about?
Yeah, great question. So essentially, the original thing was to come up with something that was intriguing, that makes people think, what on earth is that? So that they can then go online and search us and figure out what we are. And obviously it took us a while to come up with the name, but it was our son that helped us in the end. And it was purely a case of coming up with two words that sounded good together, that worked with what we do, that was a bit creative, really. Right. So that's kind of where the name comes from.
So what do you do then?
Yes, so we're a family-run business. We work remotely from Blackburn, and we try to redefine companies' digital presence, and that's through various ways of web design. We offer digital billboard advertising, and also social media marketing.
Okay, so what type of customers are you appealing to most or targeting?
Yeah, so generally the kind of companies that kind of gravitate to us and that we aim for are the companies that really value growth and that are really trying to improve their digital presence online, and also in their local community. So that's where kind of the web design and social media comes in with the digital billboard advertising. So people can really target their local area. Okay.
And the billboard advertising, digital billboard, it's relatively new, isn't it?
It's very new, yes.
Yeah. So tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so the company as a whole is new, but the billboards are even newer. So we've put our first one up the other month in Darwin, and it was more of a trial to trial the area. There's no digital advertising in Darwin at the minute. And we were really surprised as well to find out that there's over 30,000 views on that screen every day. So it's massive. It's right opposite a supermarket, so it's great. Obviously people passing onto Bolton and Manchester way. So it was more a case of our customers that are interested in advertising. Obviously a lot of people are on Facebook advertising, even TikTok now. So it's kind of pulling it into a different direction to really target marketing without it being tiny on your phone with loads of other things pulling you in different directions. So it was impact advertising, really. Impact,
yeah, standing out from the crowd. Yeah, very
unmissable.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
sounds really exciting.
It is good. Yeah.
So what you're doing, I'm guessing other companies are doing similar stuff. What would you say differentiates Fruity Llama from the rest?
Yeah, so especially with the digital advertising on the billboards, the difference with us is we're going for locations that aren't saturated with lots of boards, smaller boards that are still really highly visible, that are also higher quality boards, and we do them at the best price that there are in the UK. So to advertise on digital billboards, it can be really expensive, like hundreds of pounds a week. So ours start at they're really well priced, making it more affordable so that local businesses can go on there, and that they're not full of national brands. So that is kind of our differentiation between the huge, like McDonald's being on every single screen, and our digital billboards.
Yeah, hence the connection with your targeted customers that want to impact on the local community as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. So what are the challenges then that you've got going ahead?
Many. It depends on which aspect we're looking at, but especially with the digital billboards, the challenges with that are finding the right locations, planning permission, which is always fun, and then trying to get the message across that it is affordable for smaller companies to go on there. And also it's finding the companies that value advertising, because some companies, we're busy, we don't need advertising, and that's their view. So we're trying to go with that down a different route of it's a notice board for jobs, because obviously recruitment's a huge issue right now for every company, even if they're doing well. So a lot of people going on putting job advertisements on in the local area again. So that's worked really well. So yeah, it's more not necessarily just about advertising your business, it's advertising what you're offering as a business to the local community.
And the digital billboards is only part of what you do, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of our biggest thing at the minute is websites. That's what we've started off with, and that's what we're carrying on with. And I think one of our customers the other day said that they signed their first £100,000 job from their website. And that
Brilliant.
guy was in his 60s and he's never had that business before. So for him, it was like the best investment he could have made, really.
Fantastic.
That was a great case study to hear.
How did you feel when you heard that news?
It was amazing, because we just thought, oh, we'll give him a ring, see how it's doing. Not heard from him for a while, and he was like over the moon. So that's really good to hear that. And it was all based off design, so of the website. So the customer loved the design of the website and picked him over everyone else just because of the quality of the website, really.
Well done. Fantastic news.
So that was really good news. So yeah, we do try and go above and beyond kind of what other people are doing around us on the design front. And
so what does the future look like, Stephanie?
good. We've spent the past kind of since we opened, so I think it's been 16 months. So we've spent that whole time figuring out what our services are going to be, which ones we deliver the best on and what we excel at. And now we're focusing ourselves on growth as well. So it's more a case of kind of sticking to what we are best at, and growing from there, really, and really trying to push within our local area.
And sticking to what you're best at, websites and billboard
advertising, social media marketing, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, brilliant. What challenges does that bring as well? Because obviously lots of opportunity there, lots of potential growth.
Yeah.
What challenges do you think that might bring as well?
Challenges for us, obviously, with any company, as you grow, you don't want to grow too quickly, because then you can't put the infrastructures in place and your processes and things like that. So it's making sure that the background runs as well, even if you are growing. So essentially, I kind of want to grow nice and slow and steady, so that we can, alongside it, make sure that everything's done to its best that we can do it, really, and that everything's 100% and we've got all our systems in place. And again, obviously, it's staffing and things like that. That's always an issue. So yeah, I see that being kind of the thing that we're going to be kind of figuring out over the next 6 months.
You've done it once before, so I'm sure you can do it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a continuous battle, so I'm well prepared.
Yeah, brilliant. And obviously you've been in business for 16 months.
Yeah.
If you could turn the clock back, knowing what you now know, what might you have done differently?
Yeah, so I think for me, and starting new businesses, it's a case of figuring out that once you've done a day's work, that there's always going to be a huge list that you've not done. And I think that is relevant to whether you're a day old or whether you're 10 years old. So it's realizing that you've done a good job, even if your list is still growing of things to do. So I wouldn't necessarily change what we've done. I would change more your mentality of seeing what you've done, rather than seeing the things that you've not done.
Applaud yourself more.
Yeah. Definitely.
Great stuff. Great advice as well. Super. Thanks, Stephanie. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been good.
Thank you.